Good morning, students. Hope you all have seen part 1, part 2, and part 3 of chapter 3 Iswaran the Storyteller. Now, moving ahead in the part 4, we will see that night Mahendra enjoyed the most delicious dinner and complimented Iswaran on his culinary skill. He seemed very pleasant. See, culinary skills means related to cooking. He seemed very pleased, but unexpectedly launched into a most garish account involving the supernatural. Garish means something which is too colorful and fancy, and that is disliked. And supernatural, that is related to ghost and spirits. See, Iswaran had prepared a very delicious dinner and Mahendra pressed his cooking skill. He loved that day his cooking. Iswaran was happy on being pressed, but all of a sudden he started narrating a detailed story relating to ghost and supernatural powers, which was disliked by Mahendra. You know, sir, this entire factory area we are occupying was once a burial ground. See that what he said, that sir, Iswaran said to Mahendra that the site of the factory that was early the place where the dead people were buried. And he started. Mahendra was jerked out of the pleasant reverie and he had drifted, means a state of being pleasantly lost in one's thought. He was in the daydream and had drifted into after the satisfying meal. See, Mahendra jerked out of the pleasant thought that was after a tasty meal which he had. I knew on the first day itself when I saw a human skull lying on the path. See what he said, that one first day itself that he has seen a human skull that was lying on the ground when he was returning after buying the vegetables. Even now, I came across a number of skulls and bones. Ishwaran continued. See what he said, that when he saw a human skull that was lying on the ground when he was returning after buying vegetables, and even later he had come across the number of skulls and the bones that were lying around the places. He went on to narrate how he sometimes saw ghosts at night. I am not easily frightened by these things, sir. I am a brave fellow. But one horrible ghost of a woman which appears off and on at midnight during full moon, and it is an ugly creature with matted hair and a shivered face. Shivered means wrinkles having and shrunkens. It like a skeleton holding a fetus in its arm. Fetus means unborn baby. See what is said here. Iswaran added that something he saw a ghost at night and he was not scared of them all as he was very brave person. But once he saw a very horrible ghost of a woman, and it appeared on a full moon night, and that also at 12 o'clock, and it was very ugly, had matted hair and a shrunken withered face, and it looked like a skeleton who is holding an unborn baby in its arm. Mahindra shivered at the description and interrupted rather sharply. You are crazy, Ishwaran. There are no such things as ghosts or spirits. It is all a figment means production made by you of your imagination. Get your digestive system examined and maybe your head as well. You are talking nonsense. See what Mahendra did? He disliked all such types of story and he interrupted sharply and he scolded Iswaran that and said that he had gone mad. Mahendra said that the ghost did not exist only, and he added that it was Iswaran's imagination and he ordered Iswaran to get himself checked up, to get him at his digestive system and his brain examined, as he was speaking nonsense. See, the Mahendra asked him to get his digestive system checked. Why? Because a person is suffering from constipation and he gets nightmares and dreams of ghosts and supernatural powers. He left the room and retired for the night, expecting Iswaran to sulk for a couple of days. Sulk means to be silent, a couple of days. But the next morning he was surprised to find the cook as cheerful and talkative as ever. See, Mahendra thought that Iswaran would remain quiet for a few days, that as he has scolded him in the previous night. But what he saw, that he was astonished to see what that cheerful and talkative Iswaran the next morning. From the day on Mahendra, for all his brave talk, he went to bed with a certain uneasy, and every night he peered into the darkness. See what happened, that from the day when the Mahendra he used to have a brave talk. On the contrary, and it was uneasy also. For if every night he peered into darkness, and he every night before going to bed he peered out into the window next to his bed and assured himself that there was no ghost around. Hope you all have understood till here. In the next video we'll move ahead. Thank you.